Hey folks, Mike here from Salomon Nordic with Alex Harvey. Today we're going to talk about the S-Lab carbon skate and the new S-Race carbon skate. These are brand new boots for 2021. Very exciting because we have new concepts with regards to the fusion of carbon and Grilamid, which is called carbon loaded. The advantages to this concept here is that the boot is going to be 18% stiffer, easier to mold, easier to work on, and also a lot more comfortable. Alex, you've spent some time in these boots?
Yeah, I've actually been skiing my whole life in Salomon boots. So the first thing I remember being a young kid was how comfortable those boots were. And I think that's really something that makes a difference for every skier. The comfort is always really important. And then over time, over the years, when I became a high performance athlete, I discovered that Salomon was always working to push the boundaries and develop new product with the athletes. So in 2012 was the first year that I actually tried carbon boots, and at that time no other brand was using carbon in boots. So I remember in Falun in 2012 at the end of the racing season, Bertrand from Salomon brought a prototype and we got to train in it for a couple days, and then Devin Kershaw and I decided to race with it the next day. And with that being said, I won the race. That was my first win on the World Cup circuit, and Devin was third. So that tells you how much the small margin advantage can make a difference at the highest level. And then, of course, after that, a lot of the brands tried to copy Salomon to work with the carbon. But I think what makes a difference nowadays is that not only the boot is light, is stiff because of the carbon, but Salomon, the boot, is still really comfortable, which is not something we can say about every other carbon boot. So I think that's a big difference for any Salomon user.
Absolutely. One of the interesting things about Salomon is that we're able to utilize technologies and materials from other categories. So the carbon loaded concept here is obviously carbon that is molded with Grilamid. Grilamid comes from alpine ski touring in the alpine division. The concepts here was to make the cuff a little bit more comfortable. That was the first thing. All the boots have the Sensi-Fit wrap with the quick lacing, and these boots here have two different types of liners. So you'll have the liner in the shell concept, of course, but you'll have a race liner in the S-Lab boot and a more of a training liner in the S-Race. Let's talk a little bit about the S-Race now. So this is a boot that in the past would have been quite a bit different from the S-Lab. Obviously some tech down features. There's quite a few similarities between these two boots, being the cuff, being the carbon loaded concept. This is the sort of unibody carbon here, and here we have a little bit more showcasing the carbon loaded effect. What's great about these two boots here, well, first of all, the S-Lab in the past would have been a $1,300 boot. For 2021, this boot retails for $849, and the S-Race is going to be a bit more of a business driver at $569. So, you know, generally speaking, race boots are much more expensive. Now we're getting into a target zone for, you know, more general users. The S-Lab liner is basically 3D molded in the ankle pocket, is fully seam sealed and bonded, and the same idea with the race liner, the race skate liner over here, except a little bit easier to get into. Thanks, Alex, for the breakdown on these two boots. There you have the S-Lab carbon skate and the S-Race carbon skate.